Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a chill, relaxing one. Sorry I didn't show up on Wednesday this week. I had to cancel the Dishonored stream. Uh, it's not feeling in a great place on Wednesday, and that was a combination of worky, creative just general anxiety stuff going on. I can talk about that more when we get into Night in the Woods. But I'm back. I'm feeling good, feeling rested, and I'm ready to finish this game. Ready to finally see how it all wraps up. So let's jump straight into it. We're still one follow away from the fabled dog reveal. Chester, who's been showing up in all of my streams thus far, he's the most consistent viewer, most consistent chatter even, makes noise. Yeah, one more follow, and I will scoop him up and show him to the camera for your viewing enjoyment. Oh, that's right. The last time we played Night in the Woods, we just kind of stopped out here on our way to snack it out and chat with Greg. Yeah, last week, Greg and May got up to some of their usual antics, including slashing away at each other's hands, which is pretty extreme. May also attended the Spooky Harvest Festival, and made a mockery of acting everywhere in the Possum Springs founding myth show. She also witnessed a kidnapping, which is, kind of out of the ordinary. So, in this chapter, chapter 3, we're doing some ghost hunting. Try and figure out what the hell is going on. Here is the light of my life, my reason for living. It's Greg. I had to sign for it while puking. Jeez, you okay? Yeah, I'm good. Greg is just so hard, slashing people with knives, drinking chocolate milk. Flew too close to the sun. The chocolate milky sun. Chocolate. Oh gosh darn, is that gonna be... Maybe at this point I can go and talk to any of the 3 friends and go with them on their special missions. We've each been assigned a spooky place in Possum Springs where the ghost Little John has been sighted. Is it Little John, or am I just getting that from Robin Hood romances? Smashing some light bulbs. That makes it sound like I can replay the bulb smashing minigame. Okay, we've spent a lot of time with Greg this playthrough, so I'm going to mix it up and see what my other friends have to say. Angus, I don't think has been a choice to hang out with yet, so I might look for Angus. They're in the next door. Yeah, I can still go into his apartment building. Can I go in the busted lift? No. Where's Angus? Oh, we're gonna take the stairs. Okay. You're not gonna shock our entire being. That just takes me here. Ah, why am I having a brain fart? Where's Angus in the middle of the day? Chat! You must come to my aid. Help me. Oh, he works at Video Outpost too. That's right. Yeah. No Googling required. Yeah! A mangus. Take you up to the park. You did indeed. You ready to go? Yeah, let's hang out with Angus. I'm excited! Are you? Yeah, we never get to hang out. It's true. I've been hanging out with Greg so much. I wonder if that dialogue just doesn't happen if you hung out with B all the time. Ghost hunting with Angus! So you think the guy you saw was a ghost? Not a guy, a ghost. Right. Why does no one believe me that it was a ghost? Well, I mean, ghosts don't actually exist. I'm pretty sure they do. Well, I need evidence. What counts? A ghost walking up and saying hello, and me saying, hey, I've verified you are a dead person? Could be a zombie or a Frankenstein. Okay, maybe if they're made of ghosty stuff. Ghosty stuff can be our podcast about ghosts. This episode of Ghosty Stuff brought to you by Donut Wolf. Damn, they're thinking well ahead. They're getting those sponsorships. They're grinding. Allow me to introduce you to my mug and the tea that I'm drinking. It's an I Love Gary Barlow mug that I stole from my mum. I thought it would be a good bit. She's obsessed with Take That. Haha, I'm drinking from my mum's mug, not my own. Lol. Big Fatty Fat, hello. Game suggestion? And you're about to say... Fallout 70... Oh wait, no, fuck that shit. Fallout New Vegas. That's a great idea. I've never played it, but I have got it. And I'm really interested in it because everybody tells me it's like one of the best open world games, and like the quests are some of the best in any game. So that's why I own it. I feel like that's the kind of game that everybody has this this amazing knowledge of, and I just don't. So it's the first time, it'd be quite daunting. But I don't know. I might do it first time on the stream. Ah, Blue Gandalf. Take that, mum! Yeah, I thought we'd all have a good chuckle at mum on stream. But it's not that much of an own, really. Especially because the only reason she had it is because we got it for her as a birthday present. A joke birthday present. Blue Gandalf, hello. How are you this week? How are both of you this week? This is the first time that I'm streaming this week. So it's the first time I've been able to catch up. Old stuff, just hanging out in the woods. In the night, in the woods. Busy woods. Okay, better get going before it gets dark. Blue Gandalf, the long-time lurker, finally making his chat debut. Is this your Storytime Sundays debut? Have either of you played Night in the Woods, in fact? Since New Vegas is made by the original devs and in a short span of development. Really? It was made, what, in just a year? How short are we talking? But yeah, to squeeze that much content out of a year, and that much like high quality authored content, doing very good going. Just gotta disappear to go to Tesco, sorry. Ah, darn it. It's a good way to get out of starting a chat that you can't finish. I'm out to Tesco. Bye. Didn't you run cross country back in high? Junior high? Yeah, but I never finished a race. Why'd you keep doing it? I have no idea. What is this thing? I hope it's a key and not a massive, you know. A lime kiln, of course! That makes a lot of sense for the town that Possum Springs is and the industries it used to deal in. It becomes this other thing. Oh, limestone's weird because it's mostly made of skeletons of sea creatures from millions of years ago. So like, This was all underwater or something at one point. Whoa. I know, right? Like right here where we're standing. There were like ancient, horrible sea monsters. Creepy. And awesome. That's history. Okay, I'm ready to go. You sure are. Knock these leaves around. Very autumnal game, Night in the Woods. So it's quite fitting that we're approaching autumn at the moment. Ah, 18 months. Still, 18 months to make an RPG of that scale. Still incredibly good going. Need to take a break? I'm okay. No prob. So this place was underwater. Where'd the water go? I don't know, to the ocean, I guess. Like, the earth is always shifting, so mountains get all pushed up. Where it used to be just flat ground. Weird, because these things are so boring nowadays. To think like all that crazy stuff was going on here. There's always more weird stuff that happened. Find out about later. Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's hope that's not foreshadowing for what's about to happen in this video game. You got something to say about this one? Oh, you do. Angus is really struggling. Yeah. Sorry. Seriously, it's fine. Hang for a minute. Okay. I should know all this stuff about, like, ancient sea creature rock or whatever. Limestone. I was going to take a class on dinosaurs back at school. What happened? It was all full up. That class fills up fast. I bet. Yeah, we're gonna make the benefit of the doubt. Dinosaurs are like the most interesting animals. You knew they had feathers? Or some of them? I know, right? Big, freaky chickens. Things were so scary and cool back then. We died in like 5 minutes. Haha! Oh yeah, ancient creatures would eat us, no problem. I'm glad for the millions of years between us. Weird. Look, okay, we evolved. We're the apex predators now, boys. Ready to roll? Well, fry up those dinosaurs. Nice batter with a mixture of herbs and spices. Ooh. Well, that was a hike. That was a lot easier when I was 11. We passed, what, 3 gates on the way up here? I lost count. Weird. Used to be open back then. Ready to go? Not far now, just up ahead. Yeah, we've seen quite a few gates cropping up. At the very left of the town, there's a gate that May doesn't remember being there before. And it's where our strange kidnapper figure ran off to. They were involved in the Possum Massacre. Here we go, more unionization and labour strike history. It was like miners versus the National Guard. Jeez. Happened back in town like 100 years ago. Why are they up here? I think these were some of the bad guys, and some of the miners didn't want them buried in town. Oh, huh. There's like a few old graveyards up here from like colonial times. I guess there's one up here somewhere too. Oh, that's spooky. Just bones. Ancient shark bones. Yeah, see? Nothing left to be scary. Meow. Oh yeah, backdash on them. Do the Alucard Symphony of the Night backdash. Up the hill. Ah, this is going to be a sit segment. We're up really high and really far out. I can't see town from here. South of us, behind whatever ridge that is. So what, are we just supposed to wait here and see if anything happens? You tell me, you're the expert. I guess we'll just wait here and see if anything happens. Nothing happened, reader. Nice night. Back at school, I couldn't see as many stars. That always made me sad. Oh yeah, they're really nice up here. Yeah, since business deconstructed all of the industry. What? We do know the constellations like Angus does. We've been hanging out with Mr. Chazikov as much as possible. He's been showing us the constellations. I think that one up there is like a bell or something. Oh, I thought we were gonna have to quiz Angus on constellations. That's not a thing that happened. Oh wow, maybe it was like a dream or something. Oh, May. Poor May. Okay, humour me. I'll find the constellations, you tell me about them. Let's go then, huh? Just once I remember. Or dreamed that one time. Remember Mr. Chazikov? Yeah, science teacher. He lives in Underhill and has a telescope on his roof. And I totally saw some stars for it. Oh no, they are going to quiz me on where these are. Oh jeez. Wish I had a telescope. Oh no. Where were they, eh? I don't have to draw them out, do I? Oh, yikes. Darn it. Let me look at my diary. You know I want to look at the diary. Okay. There was... God. Ha. There was a snake somewhere. Right? I can't even use keyboard mouse for this. Why did I set my interact buttons in E? There was like an arrow one, kind of. Ah, sugar. Right? This is exactly how it looked. Oh, will it physically not let me connect it to that? Does that mean I've got these right? Unless these are just part of this one. Okay. Oh, I knew I should have made interact space or something. Just anything else. Give me this. Seen any good stars lately? None of these. I'll try this one. Oh my god. Okay, you and you. No, just didn't like that. What is this supposed to be? And that was the great equilateral triangle. It represents mathematics. What is this? This is just a line. What do you want from me? Is there anything else down here? No. Oh no. Hey, you have no idea what you're doing. We just admit it. Oh, okay. It's a cat. Of course it is. He's got arrows sticking out of him. And he's chasing a diamond. Oh, I know this one. Don't remember his name. He lived, You remember the stories about the forest god? Yes, they were in the play. My granddad used to tell me Adina stories. Okay, yeah. Anyway, this cat was in there. Liked shiny things, was good at getting through the forest, was really good at stealing. Oh well, yeah, I guess I used to call him Ass Cat when I was little. Well, then he stole a diamond from a king and got arrowed to death. He was thick enough that he jumped out of his body and became immortal or something. Oh, decent. It's really want that money. Right, okay, I should have just linked these up. It's a Dorito. Okay, that's a bell. In the middle is his eye. I noticed one a little from my prog rock album covers. That looks pretty metal. Let's go with that. Well, crap. It's high up enough, it's kind of always looking at us, right? God damn. Put the tea down, Charles. And this is another Dorito. But flipped. Oh, okay, no. We got a bigger one here. Ah, this is... of course, it's a whale! Not even I can bullshit. No way I'd have that one. Why is it sad? Why does it have to carry the whole world? Aren't we all Angus in some way? That's legitimately upsetting. Gotta wonder why people made these up. I mean, like, these specifically. Who saw a whale and was like, needs to be carrying something? They didn't know what the Earth was? Yeah, but like, I don't assume everything I don't understand is a whale. You could start. Yeah, why not? It's a pope. He preached fire. Oh yeah, this is a saint. Rubina. Right? Rubello, of course, yes. There's a statue of him outside church. Oh, we never went there. Yeah, let's turn it back on Angus. Do you not know your saints at all? Nah, none of my family were into it, the saints. My saints were all like astronauts and authors. Yeah, our mum works in the church, in the library. She pretends not to. We're like way out here, huh? In the park? Yeah, I guess. Spooky. I don't know, it's pretty safe. And the stars are pretty. So you don't believe in ghosts at all? Nah, don't believe in ghosts or gods or psychic powers or anything like that. Damn, Angus. You want to be really fun at parties. I mean, there's no evidence for them. People have really tried. They did try. Tell me about it. So, don't know how much I've ever told you, or how much Greg has told you. But I didn't have the best childhood. Yeah, I think I heard that. The bell is always watching. It knows your childhood. And it weighed on Angus's back, like the world on a whale. Oh no, Angus. shot in the back with hundreds of arrows, trying to escape. Oh, there's Chester. He knows it's one more follow away before I go and grab him. He like shove me into the pantry and slam the door really hard, and all the stuff would fall off the shelves on top of me. Oh my god, Angus. I didn't know at all. That's awful. She'd lock me in there for a day at a time sometimes. Or overnight. So I'd like try to develop psychic powers so I could like signal the neighbours or unlatch the door. It didn't work, as you might guess. Did you ever tell anybody? I never did. I don't know why. After a while, I like started feeling guilty too for some reason. Like this was something bad I was doing. Like being abused. Angus, that's not your fault at all. You were a kid. And don't worry, I know that now. Boy, do I ever. Question, can I go kick all of their asses? Yeah, May. May has got experience effing shit up. Well, my mum is kind of old now. I still have to visit her sometimes. I have a brother. He's overseas in the army. My dad left like 10 years ago. So who knows where he is or if he's even alive. If he is alive, I don't want to know about it. Angus, I just want to give you a hug forever. Yeah, let's do that to the whole cast. They all need one big hug. Anyway, to your original question. Testing out my psychic ability in the pantry made me really interested in both paranormal stuff and science. So I joined a skeptic society on the internet, as does everyone. And that kind of ruined me on a lot of other supernatural bullshit. It gave me something to solve, something you could debunk or know. I don't know, it saved me a little bit, I guess. Because when someone does all that stuff to you, it can like make you do some bad things to yourself. But anyway, yeah, no ghosts or God. So like, I feel like if I'd been through that, I'd be more likely to want to believe in God or something. Do you believe in anything at all? You've only played the first couple of hours, Bcalm, but everybody needs hugs. It's true. Everything's all shits and giggles, everyone's really goofy. And then Night in the Woods will just hit you with a tender moment like this. So I believe in a universe that doesn't care, and people who do. Pattern finders. I feel like a lot of people don't think they found God. But like God found them. Like when they were having bad times like you did. God never did. I was completely alone in the pantry. But a few years later, Greg did. So like the stars can stay up there and not give a shit about us. This whale's pretty cool. You're an extremely good and smart person, Angus. I try. But I'm no more than anyone else. Aww. So about them ghosts, yeah? Should come out here more often. In the trees. Holy shit. What do they look like? Tall, wearing some kind of weird coat. Utility coat or something. Oh god. That's the ghost. I'm more worried about it being a living person, standing in the woods staring at us. Oh god, oh god. Well, don't panic. Follow my lead. Hey there! Hey, fellow kids! Out for a hike, yeah? Nice night. It's not answering. That's a little hostile, right? That's definitely a little hostile. Hey! I know what you did! Oh, I'm gonna tell my mum on you. I saw you! Okay, well, we're gonna run now. We need to get to the car. We got asthma. I got an inhaler. The good kind too. Oh yeah, we're fucking ready. We're gonna be fast as fuck, boy. No one in heaven or earth can stop me. We're just running past. Okay. Jeez, that was much less high octane than I was expecting. Oh gosh. That ghost is sure fast as fuck when it wants to be. Okay, we've been spared. We would not have stood a chance. You okay, big guy? Yeah, I'll be okay in a few minutes. I'm resilient. So that was it. That was the ghost. You believe us now? Or it was some weirdo who lives out there. They probably get lots of kids throwing parties back there. I mean, the party we went to, where you threw up. That wasn't too far from there. Why does no one believe me? Mate, it's like every other explanation's more likely than ghost. Hey, fine, whatever. Sorry. Grouchy. Headache. That was scary. It's cool. It was. Everybody needs a big hug. But it's okay though. Angus is actually psychic, but his hat blocks it. True, we've never seen him without it. Well, this stakeout is going swimmingly, isn't it? The ghost hunting biz. A question before we talk to Father. What have been people playing? What have people been playing this week? I'm kind of stuck at the moment. I'm between games. And where I've been starting out at a new job, teaching a lot on the side still. Yeah, I haven't decided on what my next one is going to be. Nor do I know when my next time I'm going to have to play video games is going to come from. Hey, Dad. Hey, you. You okay? Yeah, weird night. You look really worn out. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's it. Screw it then. We'll talk about video games instead, chat. Blue Gandalf, you've been playing Psychonauts! Yes! Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, how are you finding it? Where are you up to at the moment? Literally one of my top... I don't like to rank games in terms of my enjoyment, because I'd honestly just forget the ones I've played and forget how good they are. But Psychonauts has got to be top 10 for me. It has to. There's just so few games like it. And it just tickles me in all the right places, you know? 3D platformer, psychological, like mental health theme. Apparently the second game pays even closer attention to themes of mental health, which is amazing. That's great. Fuck, that game is out now and I need to find time to play it. Who would have thought Psychonauts 2 was going to happen? You're currently in the Guards Conspiracy. The Guards Conspiracy? Is that the Milkman? The Milkman's Conspiracy? Oh, and of course the writing. Gameplay plus story. Plus humor equals banger. The Milkman Conspiracy has got to be... I mean, most people refer to it as the best level in Psychonauts. I feel like I'd have to agree with them, at least conceptually. That level is amazing. fucking milkman is so good. And then you've got all like the FBI spies, all the agents outside who are just saying, I am just clipping this hedge. Just a normal guy clipping a hedge. I am blending in. I am walking the dog. Trying to act natural. It's so good. Ah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, you've got a decent way through that. Through Psychonauts. You'll be ready to play the sequel in no time. Yes, this is my watering can. I'm a water canner. Very good. Need to farm some more arrowheads for the cobweb duster now. Right, yeah. The one thing I do remember disliking about Psychonauts is the collectibles and how they're limited, but the levels are linear. They're not like Super Mario 64, like open hub worlds. They're all linear, and if you miss something, you're going to miss like a big chunk of the fragments, the fort fragments. Also, hi, it's this big cat that's been haunting us in our dreams. Can you talk? Yes. For some reason, you're the first thing here I thought to talk to. Are you God? No. Oh. So, seconds ago, little creatures are coming, and they are asking if I am God. And I am asking what God is, and they are telling me, and I am not this God. This God is nowhere. Well, that's where faith comes in, I guess. Little creatures are explaining faith. And moments ago was the beginning. And I'm here then and here now. There is nowhere for God to be hiding. So, what am I doing here? Monstrous existence. No, I mean, what am I doing here? What are you? What are those other giant animals? Have I been seeing ghosts? Those were like bits of the world. I think I was on a train, but it was like a town. So, I lost it. A great beast is walking through the sands. They are climbing into the air. Now they're making a tear. And now they're gone. Or a tear. And now you are here. A tear? With their hooves. They are making a tear. Little creatures are wandering through the air. And they are dragging in places and echoes of lives. And they are asking me about God. My head hurts. I'm going to tell you something, little creature. You are swimming further and further out to sea, and beyond are things blind and terrible. Stop talking to me in riddles, kitty! What the hell? It's a cat. Praying mantis Cthulhu monster! They are blind, but they are seeing you, and you are coming to them. After this, you are not returning here. I'm climbing into the air and closing the sky. Why? I'm tired of speaking of little creatures. I'm tired of speaking of God. I will tell you a second thing. There is a hole at the center of everything, and it is always growing. Between the stars I'm seeing it. It's coming, and you are not escaping. And the universe is forgetting you. Stop talking in present participles! And there is nothing to remember it, not even the things beyond, and now there is only the whole. So, does anything mean anything? I ask myself this on a daily basis. This is not a question worth answering. I'm sleepy now. What about my home? What about my friends? Soon they are dying. Soon they are rotting. You are atoms. Yikes. Why am I here, goddammit? Why was I chosen to see all of this? You're the chosen one, mate. Oh, there you go. Well, we're going to debunk that myth. There is no one to choose you. This is going nowhere. We're not meeting again. And the universe is forgetting you. I am remembering you. But not because I'm caring. The beginning is moments ago. The end is moments away. There's no time to forget. Before all is forgotten. What is this? You're all seeing this as well, right? I didn't just have a weird cup of Earl Grey tea then, did I? Snuck a little something in my Earl Grey and now I'm hallucinating. But, wake up. Now, I said before I was rudely interrupted by Cat God. I'm between video games. The last one I played was the Demon Souls remake on PS5. And hot diggity damn, do I love me a Souls game. I will say I can kind of understand why, even though back then, when it first came out, most people's issues were to do with the controls, just not really getting the aesthetic of it. I think I can see a lot of other reasons why Demon Souls wasn't as popular as Dark Souls. There are a lot of bosses in that game that they're kind of like Bed of Chaos bosses from Dark Souls 1. They're not really difficult encounters, you just kind of need to figure out a puzzle, and then as soon as that puzzle clicks into place, you just completely demolish the boss with no... I don't know, there's less like pure skill mechanic based bosses. Although I did really enjoy the final boss. I'll say that much. I'm a miracle baby. See, May is the chosen one. I was not in a situation where pregnancy happens. Yikes, okay. Cool, this is Kring. You know, if you did have a baby... Yep, okay, I'm out. Meow. Look, okay, I'm a millennial / Gen Zer. There's no way I'm having children yet. I can barely afford a frickin' house. Boy, we're out on the town. Would I recommend the Demon Souls remake? Hell yeah. Just because it is another Souls game. And at its core, another Souls game can never be a bad thing. Even Dark Souls 2. I think they're all worth playing. That said, Demon Souls is one of those PS5 games that has barely dropped from its retail price from frickin' launch day. So maybe I'd wait for it to go down a bit more in price, unless you're desperate to play it. But yeah, for the same price of Demon Souls, you could play 1, 2, 3, probably Bloodborne, and probably Sekiro. Okay, maybe not Sekiro as well. That game still goes really decent price. I've got to hear another one of someone's poems. Okay, poems. Life goes on. It feels so long. But I report, life is too short. Here's another happy one. Life is great, but life is hard. Let's grill hot dogs in the backyard. Thank you, Selmas. They cheer you up? They did! Yay! I do not have Selma's down as a yay person. Oh wait, is it frame rate? What is happening here? Sorry about that. I want to go see Mr. Chazikov. He's staring expectantly over there. Like the beautiful father figure that he is. Our space daddy. And tell us all about constellations. Let's go look at some space. Space. Oh, that one's really famous though. Ah, yes. Cole. Knew a guy named Cole once. That's close. It's our ex. Let's not talk about that. What's up with this guy? Cole was from a flatland. This Midwest. Whatever the Midwest of wherever he was from was. Every place has a Midwest. He dreamed of mountains and devoted his life to climbing them. Because his hometown was flat? Isn't this a common instinct? To seek that which is unlike where one grows up? For May, definitely. I mean, people go to the city a lot. Like, they move there because it's got stuff. And there's more people like them, maybe. Sucks though, not everyone can just up and leave. There are the people left behind. But I have not regretted it. Really need to be reading Mr. Chazikov's lines in a Russian accent. I would butcher it, so no. If any Russians out there were to watch this VOD, I would be in a pickle. When one leaves a place, one brings something back when one returns. One. The royal we. Oh. I feel the disturbance. Ew. Just about made that faster. Adina Astra. The forest god person above. How Adina journeyed to the forest lake. Frozen lake. How she traversed unknown faraway lands. I was very into Adina stories when I was young, so you must know what became of her. Yeah, how she, in her quest, turned her back on the sky and journeyed down into the earth, where her stars were no longer over her head. I don't know anything about the ending to this game at all. No, I do, I know some of it. May slightly be related to Adina's story. Disappearing isn't the same as dying. She probably went somewhere else completely. Did all kinds of cool shit. Okay, that's our fourth daily dose of stargazing. Okay, I'm guessing we're in another choose any friend to hang out with. One of the friends on different days. But we haven't hung out with B at all, so Hi, Pete. Get off my counter. Oh, it's nothing. Stuff. Want to talk about it? Nah. Okay. What are you up to today? Whatever you want to do. Oh, okay. They're going somewhere or other? I'm not. Okay, I guess we'll go talk to Greg. Go back to old faithful Greg. I like this very spooky / western music we've got going on. That's very much a Night in the Woods vibe. Spooky plus western. Pecorino. I had the weirdest dream last night. Really? I met God. Jeez. And they were kind of an asshole. Yep, that's how my week is going. Can I offer you a complimentary slushie? To replace the idea of a caring God? It would go a long way. Oh, jeez. Oh, wakey, wakey, Charles. Ugh. You want to hang out? We're rolling with Greg. Oh no, we're checking in with our Five Nights at Freddy's rejects. Our boy is not looking good. So what are we doing tonight? I don't know, we have B's car. We should go to Donut Wolf. Oh yeah, this is gonna go swimmingly. We're so getting kidnapped. Ellipses. Fine. Ride the chariots to Donut Hill. Ah, woo! What a bunch of goofballs. It's time to get donuts. Yeah, let's explain why I'm so tired, eh? No, the reason I wasn't streaming Dishonored on Wednesdays. Yeah, this week has been pretty stressful. I've been doing double teaching, and on top of that, I've had my work task, which has been my new freelance copywriting gig, which has basically been rewriting an ebook about grocery retail promotion specifically. And to some of you that probably sounds really boring, but actually I find it pretty interesting. I quite enjoy like branding, retail, like marketing theory and stuff. What was really tough is that they said, the brief they gave me was, rewrite this from the ground up, but more creatively. And when you're not really familiar with the topic you're writing on, you're not really an expert, and the original text is right there, you don't really know what language you should use to write in. It's just way too easy to assume that the original text is fine. Like, there was some stuff that obviously could be improved, but didn't know really what to do with it. Got kind of reclusive for a few days. Felt pretty bad about it. That kind of led to me doubting my abilities as a writer, creative, whatever. But things are a bit better now. I've sent off that work. Obviously still not completely satisfied with it, but it's much better than it once was. I also talked to some really supportive friends throughout. They really helped me. Oh, did we just kill somebody? But the funniest thing that came out of that whole ordeal was my dad coming in from He'd been out on Friday. I think it was the football. He came in pretty inebriated, and we actually had a good motivational pep talk together, which is really odd coming from my dad, because he doesn't really talk about his feelings all that much, and he gives praise even less. So yeah, I don't know. Give him some alcohol, and suddenly he's really loose with his feelings, and yeah, giving loads of motivation and praise. No, it was good. It was a nice DMC, deep and meaningful chat. We can fix it. With what? We're gonna get some sticks? That's silly. Oh, I mean, people fix tires. It's a thing people do. It's a thing people do. When they have a goddamn tire. Guys. Why are you being such a dick? Why am I the one? No, don't have this domestic in front of me, guys. That has to be the responsible one. Guys! What? May? Don't yell at May. I'm gonna wander. Fine. Yikes. Well, things are going swell. Oh no. There be some feels spiraling around there. Well, I'm gonna go to the woods. Hopefully I don't get kidnapped. Good body dump in woods. Okay, guess I'm not getting kidnapped yet. This away? Sticks, rocks, leaves, wood, dirt. Oh my god, are we gonna get like point and click adventure on this? Surely not, there's nothing else to interact with. You guys done? Do we suddenly carry phones? Because there's magically signal now in this piece of shit town. Yeah, that's a weird one. I've noticed no one's pulled out a phone yet. Aha, you there. You dinguses! There's a spare tire back here. No one thought to check that. Anyone know how to, like, do the tire? Can I help? No. Dude. May, you're not a bad person, but I do not trust you with any part of this process. Jeez, man. Jeez. It's a bit tense. It's a bit tense, innit? Oh, here we go. May and Greg are doing there. Too bad you didn't die in really elaborate ways, Spiel. And Angus is not in on it. Oh, woo! Yup. Welcome to Donut Wolf, home of the Slammer Cake, now featuring cakes with special Howland Mad maple syrup. How would you like to ride the chariot today? Hello, sir. Mighty fine donuts you got there. Thank you, ma'am. We'll take a half dozen go-nuts, dude. You should get chariot wheels. We got chariot wheels last time. I want slammer cakes. Actually, we're out of slammer cakes. What? How can you be out of slammer cakes? That's like half the reason to come here. Dude, just pick something. Okay, we'll take half a dozen chariot wheels. Would you like them with eternity sauce? No. Alright, I'll take... Ooh, doughnuts. Are those new? Limited edition, man. Well, they're about to be even more limited, and no eternity sauce. Last time I had that, I stayed up all night digging a hole in our backyard. Found me asleep in the morning at the bottom of a hole. Yes, ma'am. Things are still a bit tense then, huh? I have to go to the bathroom. Oh no, we're not going to have the ghost pop up behind us in the mirror, are we? Hello, here's the soap. Remember to wash for 20 seconds. This isn't fun. This blows. Why are things weird? Why doesn't this feel good? Everything's stupid. I'm going to break something. Well, there's a handy mirror in front of us. Did we bring the baseball bat? What? Oh my god! We are rolling toilet roll! Oh shit! Yeah, vandalism, let's go! I love how instinctively I knew what was going on. Yeah. Destroy. Hey, smash. Flush that toilet. This is the most important gameplay I've ever heard. Dude, stop, what the hell? What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? Okay, fine, that was a dumb question. Okay, why are you doing this? Do I need a reason? Yeah, I kind of think you do. Since when? What are you even doing in here? Getting you! I can find my way out myself. Fine. 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 Kind of a weird question, but... Did you go before you decided to trash the bathroom, or... God, Greg, I didn't even have to. Okay, jeez. I do now. We have a table for when you're done. Leave. Right, okay. Damn. It's really hard to tell without text how these characters are emoting. Especially May. Hello, I have returned. Porkies. How you guys doing? Seen any good films lately? Anything new? All this stuff that's been happening? Ghosts and stuff? Yep. That's pretty new. Hey Angus, how'd you get Bee's car for tonight? She was going to go to a party out of town, but I guess she lost her nerve. Oh. And Greg and I were supposed to do something. This is something. Let's just eat. Oh gosh, I've caused a rift in this relationship. Because of my feeble desire for donuts. Have donuts ever made you think twice about religion? I don't know, this kind of cult donut does. I'll be taking that. How's our son working out? He's in our living room. He sure is. Pretty great. Yep. Yep, we'll take the weird eyeball one. That looks like a doom nut to me. Greg, you're awful quiet. Just eating. You've never had a problem talking and eating at the same time. Hey, I think you're pissing absolutely everybody off. Donut sick already. It smells. Donut Wolf? The robot thing. I thought you'd like it. This gross animatronic. Yeah, you express endearment in weird ways in Night in the Woods. No, he did it because it was fun. No matter what could happen. Quick, I need a snake donut right now. Give me that venom. What the hell? This is not having a full stomach on donuts. This is being completely inebriated. Oh, I'm being rude. We're trying to get out of here, both working our asses off. Here you come waltzing back into town, and suddenly Greg is breaking into grocery stores? Oh no. Abandoned ones? And stealing car batteries? Abandoned ones? And messing up our already crappy apartment? Hey dude, come on. Wait, how is this my fault? Because, mate, you are trailer trash. No, don't go for the 5th donut. It's not worth it. Oh, we're just gonna black out. Oh, cripes is a good response to anything. Oh, sweet cripes. Oh, we're gonna see Cat God again. Cat God. Or not. Ugh. This is like a good album cover. Puke usually isn't that colour. It was like multiple colours. You okay, May? May, you ordered 6 donuts. I thought you had a better stomach for this. You puked a lot. I get pukey at like baby food, the inside of pumpkins, any beer, too much donuts. My mouth tastes like broken dreams. What a line. I am really mad at you two. I hate awkward silences. Am I like ruining your lives or something? Well... What? No, mate, I like you fine. Why are you being weird then? So... Angus, I'll take this. Hey, remember my uncle? Sheep farm out past Brittle, out by the interstate. When I was like 8, my parents got sick of me. Made me spend a month there in the summer. I spent the whole time following them around. Sheep are nice. I got a pet one once. Sheep are all dumb is what they are. One afternoon before dinner, my uncle left me by the pen, and for some reason I opened the gate. Oh no. So a bunch of the sheep basically immediately bolted. I chased after, being all, "You dumbass sheep!" You tried, Bug. We ran across the field, into the woods, and there was this really steep hill that went down to the interstate. Uh-oh. Sheep pancakes. 4 got splattered by a semi-truck. Yikes! Some ran back up the hill, but 3 made it over the median and across to the other side. And they just stopped. I got to the bottom of the hill by the road, which was covered in sheep guts and parts. But we just looked at each other across the interstate, me waving my hands. 2 ran back, got hit by another truck. Did the truck stop? They totally didn't. Nah, we're in America. Land of the free. I want to kill all your sheep. I will. Into the woods. The night in the woods. And no one ever saw him again. Tattoo. I sleuthed the meaning. It's a trauma tattoo? Oh my gosh. I want to be the one that got away. I want Angus to come with me. I failed those sheep. Just like everything has failed us. That's a bit... No one even denies it. No one tries to talk you out of leaving here. And yeah, being the only queer people in the town sucks. I'm here. You already left once, but I'm back. I can't stay. We can't stay. And I love Angus. I love both of you. Obviously in different ways. Thanks for clarifying. We have a plan and we're working our asses off to make it happen. 2 guys, full-time, minimum wage. I have to grow up a bit. I did grow up a bit. But then, May, you came back and you forced me to do crimes again. Oh no. Things cannot be the same. They can never be the same. Fireworks, student council poster just whoosh. That was a good night. Soaked from the sprinklers, running through the parking lot, laughing our asses off. Never again. It's one of the all-time greats. Kids still talk about it. That night lives on, man. We can at least be legends. We can be heroes. Just for one day. Or forever, you know. Whatever comes first. It's cool. I have an idea. But for one more big crime, you can come this time, Angus. Do a crime with us. What? May? Did you understand anything that was just said? Are we doing a crime to just get crimes out of our system for good? Let Greg go? Or... oh, I don't know. Whatever happens, this is going to be the crime that pushes us over the edge into... yeah, spooky woods. Finding out what's going on, conspiracy. Hours. They're going to tell stories about this thing. They'll never know what it is or how it got here. You guys sure you're okay with it? Yeah, this is a good home for it. Leave it for the kids. Let it be a legend. Too bad it didn't fall on you. Too bad you didn't get your arm caught in the gears. Too bad both of you didn't get trapped in the car after a wreck and explode all over the road. And have to be scraped up with a snow shovel. Nice! Nice, dude! So, this isn't gonna end badly? We're not gonna get ghosted on? Goodbye, freaky animatronic. Oh, shit. We have got to play Five Nights at Freddy's after all. I knew it. Legends. Hi. Hello. Oh, wow, are you okay? No. Here we go. I don't think I can talk about it. You're gonna have to start talking sometime, kitten. I wish I could. Why can't you? I keep thinking I see a ghost. A ghost? I've had these horrible nightmares that feel really real. I think something really bad is gonna happen. I've been running around doing all this stupid stuff. Where's it all going? What even is my life right now? I think I patched up some stuff tonight, but like, everyone is on their way somewhere else. I had that big fight with Mum. Guessing it's okay. And, shh, kitten, take a breath. Okay, I'm done. Why don't you get some sleep? I just stay down here for a bit. As long as you like. This is the TV we've been missing. Haha, banter. Wahahaha. Damn, this comedy. Okay, maybe I will go to sleep and face the nightmares instead. Bye. Don't need any more your weird comedy shows, Dad. Bedtime. See. Sleepy time. Let's hope I don't get spooked by dreams. Oh yeah, we're getting spooked. Or not? Okay. No dreams today. That's a game. You've taught me to expect these things. Now you're freaking me out. Low lover. Good morning. There's my little sunshine daisy. Are you feeling any better from the other day? Sleeping a lot, but feeling worse? Okay, well, I'm gonna make you an appointment with Dr. Hank. Oh geez, Mom, it's fine. It's very much not fine, hon. Dr. Hank is the therapist who's been encouraging May to write stuff down in her diary. So the doctor's the whole reason we have the diary. That we've been slowly filling in with scribbles over the course of the game. Now we've got... I don't even know, honestly. But we know there's ghosts out there. So, probably something to do with that, right? Ah, nice. I either forgot that bit or didn't get to that bit. Wait, Blue Gander, what are you talking about? In this game? The bit without the dream? The no dream fake out? Uh-oh. It's the cops. Hello to you too, mate. Well, I wanted to let you know, we ran a test on that arm you guys found a few days back. Thought you'd be interested, so. Arm belonged to a middle-aged man. He was dead when it was removed. That means it doesn't mean anything yet. I just thought you'd like to know. You always liked detective stories when you were a kid. Okay, yeah, thanks. This ghost is seriously messed up. Ghost? Wasn't no ghost involved in this, whatever it was. Oh yeah, no one believes me, I get it. Careful, mate. Strange stuff going on. You're warning us a bit too hard, like you know something that's going on. The bit about the diary. Yeah, sorry, the diary that's been filling up. Yeah, that's a little something from Dr. Hank. Nah, everything's fine. We're surviving. I mean, I'm a poet. Yes! Here we go. The stars, like lights on cars. Drive across the dark and never park. Oh, longest night, night so dark, but stars so bright, could not see that one coming. And that was Selma's poem, The Longest Night. Blue Gandalf, since I assume you're back from Tesco now, how was your trip? And I can continue talking about my woes of not knowing which game to play next. Too many games. Psychonauts 2 is not the only game I've got on my radar that just came out. Last week, in fact. Last week was a big week for my personal video game tastes. 2 games released that I thought would never see the light of day. Psychonauts 2 and No More Heroes 3. No More Heroes 3 is coming. It is released. I still know so little about the game outside of the initial reveal trailer, and that has been by design. I wanted to know as little as possible. Can I go in here? Doing crimes. What the hell? What? What? And it's a fire hazard. You shouldn't be in here. Oh my god. What have they done to you? My lord. Oh. Truly the mighty have fallen. The Tesco delivery arrived just as you started chatting. Ah, delivery? No More Heroes 3 does look pretty cool. I don't know anything about the series though. Yeah, no, I played both the first 2 on the Wii. Just this really cool, punky, almost Kill Bill in video game form. No, the developer, the director, Suda51, is known to be a bit of a punk Japanese developer. His games are, I'm not going to say always really interesting, because there was a period where like publishers like EA were kind of strong-arming into making weird, sexualized, haha fun games. But it's odd because then the No More Heroes spin-off, Travis Strikes Again, that released a couple of years ago, is all about Suda becoming like independent, like independently published, and breaking away from that image that his studio had become associated with, and basically getting back to the types of games that he wants to make, the weird niche noir punk games. This is deeply disturbing. Why am I doing this? Okay. Oh. Even out of the darkest places, new life can spring. How beautiful. Like that. Whee! Niche noir sounds really cool. I don't know many games that fit that bill. Yeah. I wouldn't say Suda's games are the most polished, for sure. No More Heroes 1 is pretty janky. No More Heroes 2 is pretty janky. They've all got kind of annoying elements. Lots of them tie into the narrative. Like, the first game will have you do chore mini-games to build up the cash to be able to participate in the next assassin fight, which are the main story missions. But they've got lots of bits that, if you're prone to getting annoyed by that kind of stuff, maybe steer clear. But if story is really important to you, if general, like, characters, atmosphere, something just a little bit quirky and different, it's important to you, then I definitely give the series a shot. Especially because No More Heroes 1 and 2 are no longer just on Wii. They're both on the Switch, and those ports are really good. They're on PC as well now. Those ports are... Well, they run at a higher frame rate than the Switch ones. More consistent frame rate. But yeah, I think all of them have some slight graphical hiccups. But I think the higher frame rate's a fair trade-off for that. Wake me up inside. Wake up! Oh yeah, I'm awake now. Perfect. Yeah, we've still got a place to check out. Wait a minute, is this Can I go and chat to B? Hang out with B? The first time all game? You're not keeping away. I'm trying to please everybody. It's my natural urge. Now, I wouldn't care about pleasing everybody if this were my own playthrough, but I think it's fair enough when I'm playing it for others. Bcalm, I'm thinking about putting No More Heroes on the list. Yeah, go for it. It's a good time to do so. I've been looking at chat and I've run past the shop. No, I haven't. I'm going crazy. Yes, yeah, this one. Right? Yes. But before you get to No More Heroes, you want to do Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Solid first. To be back in your shoes, having not played either of those series, I would love to experience those series again for the first time. They're both hella good. But then again, I don't need an excuse to replay them. But that'll definitely be future streams. Metal Gear Solid streams. Devil May Cry, I'm a bit more scared about. I'm scared of both of them, because they both have really niche Easter eggy stuff. That I don't know all of the intricacies of. But I guess with Devil May Cry, I'm more scared about my gameplay being terrible. Let's check out that graveyard. We're going out B. Can't wait to see your Devil May Cry smoking sexy combos. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It might happen if I'm playing on just like freaking normal mode, but I don't know. I'd at least try to get up to... What's the mode just above? Son of Sparda, I think, is the difficulty mode above normal Demon Hunter. Let's walk through the graveyard, and we're not going to get murdered. I can still jump, good. Just getting worried there for a sec. There's the statue. Ooh, also spooky. I thought you were, like, actually kind of afraid. I mean, I am, but, like, whatever. So we wait here. Yep. And a ghost shows up. This isn't dumb. Don't act like this is dumb. Hey, I'm along for the ride. There's nothing happening on this ride. Know any ghost stories? Not off the top of my head. Okay, what's scary? Things are like monumentally screwed right now, and no one in power gives a shit. Yeah, this is absolutely terrifying. Or they're actively making it worse, out of spite or profit. BB spitting facts. I meant like a skeleton or something. Oh right, sorry. We'll have the spook off. I say something and you make it spookier. A skeleton in your hallway at night. A regular stranger dude in your hallway at night. And he's whispering things. And he's a health insurance industry exec. Yeah, this is America. This is America. He wants to profit off your sickness and fear. What's he whispering? Complicated fine print. B, this isn't fun. And he's a ghost! Thank you. The whispering ghost of a healthcare executive? All the things you're afraid of are boring, but they are scary. The scariest stuff is like really, really boring. Oh my god, Beatrice. What were we supposed to be doing? Watching a statue or something? This is dumb, let's go. Whoa, watch out, the ghost. Oh my god. Bee's mum's grave is right down here. And May has been super insensitive about it. At least she was at the party when she had 2 beers, got blackout drunk, and then just kept forgetting that Bee's mum had died. And kept ringing her up as if she was still alive. Oh, the frame rate, what the hell? Why does my laptop hate this fog? This 2D fog? Why is Bee's mum's grave so far away from the rest? Okay, bye. Let me help at the moment. But I'm totally getting killed. Or you are, as soon as I leave. So let's change that statue. Standard headstone, nothing fancy. When she was born, the most high-tech thing was horses. Yeah, I doubt that. But maybe in Possum Springs it was. That's a bit more tragic. Lived like 14 years. That's not enough time. Probably never said anything anyone could understand. Mate, you should get off at least one good sentence in life. Oh. Hello, Mr. Graveyard Keeper. What you up to, bud? Looking for a ghost while my friend visits her mum's grave? You? I'm the grave digger, groundskeeper, what have you. Can we talk shop for a sec? Shoot. The important questions. Do you get spooked out here all by your lonesome? Nah, I work here. tends to take the spook out of the place. I think it just adds to the spook. Whoa, what? Depends on the pay. I'm a wedding DJ on the side. Friggin' sweet. I will rock you hard. Sounds great, my man. Oh, see ya. Career idea. Grave digger. Definitely wanted to pick you up. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, let's go for he loved his by, not he died by. He smooched it. How long does a mum visit take? Holy crap, I'm a jerk. Well, at least May is self-conscious. Self-aware. I mean, also self-conscious. Oh, you want me to go all the way back there? Well, while I walk slowly back to B, I have another question for y'all. Who has seen the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home? About that trailer, huh? Hey, how'd it go? Fine. She's still there. Are you worried that, you know, we've been having sinkhole problems in town, yeah? That's what was wrong with your street. Anyway, my mum's buried in a pretty low spot. Couldn't afford the hill, so I was worried. I'm worried the ground's just gonna cave in. What part of sinkhole is difficult to understand? We're in a graveyard. They shouldn't make these where sinkholes are a problem. And they shouldn't build towns that flood. Yeah, and they shouldn't charge you more for building your family member's grave on a hill. Yeah, here we are. I think I heard music from the top of the hill. Like voices. That's spooky. Let's go find out. Can I now jump on the background? I can. Take that background. Can't wait for the Spider-Man meme IRL. Yikes. If they do a live action Spider-Man meme, I think I will cringe beyond all belief. I know I've definitely said it on stream before, but I fell off the... Oh god, it's these weird teens again. I fell off the MCU train, like straight after Endgame. I was like, okay, Disney have released me. I'm not giving any more money to this company or whatever. And now they're trying to rope me back in with... They couldn't do it with their TV shows, but now they're appealing to the... by Sam Raimi nostalgia, and they think it's gonna work. But obviously, watching Spider-Man No Way Home is only the first step to me buying into Marvel's multiverse shiz. And then once I'm in there, oh no, I've got to go back and watch WandaVision and Loki. Then I've got to watch the next Doctor Strange. I don't know. But I know I'm so cynical towards it. It's Disney. The idea of a monoculture terrifies the crap out of me. But also, I think the thing about Spider-Man 3 is that it's getting people's expectations up so damn high. And what, the film is going to be like under 3 hours. They have to establish like Peter Parker living with his identity exposed. They've got to explain all of the multiverse shit, and then they're going to throw in cameos of frickin' Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus, presumably Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin. You could just call it sex. Answer! Yeah, sure. It was fantastic, really? No, I'm very much lying. Oh, okay. And you? Yeah. What? When? Summer before 11th grade. What's this? Math camp. What is math camp? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much they can possibly squeeze into that film without it just feeling like a Ready Player One, Space Jam 2 reference first. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just want them to do my boys justice. Sam Raimi films. I'm not even a massive fan of the Sam Raimi films. I just have massive nostalgia, and I don't really want anyone's films being dragged from the dead. Just for the sake of, yeah, cash grab. Getting those views, making it the most viewed trailer ever. Yeah, that part of the tactic work at least. The impending Kronk and eat corn dogs. What is going on with these weird cultists? What's your most embarrassing experience? Just go with it. Answer! One time I farted in front of the class. That's it? What were you expecting? Okay, that sucked. Now you go. Oh god. What? That's not giving me much to work with. Let's go as late as possible. We know barely anything about May's college life. Let's go. There's this cute girl I saw at the cafeteria like a few times a week. I guess our schedules lined up or something. Which is weird about college, it's like a little town. Cut to the chase! Jeez. Okay, so I got up the nerve to talk to her, and I followed her out into the hallway. And I don't know why, but I shouted, "Hey!" She turned around, and all I could do was wave. Ooh. This is funny. And then I turned around and tried to walk away all cool. What's happened to the music, guys? Don't cut it out. But I ran into this door frame right behind me, and it hurt, and I staggered back, and went into the trash can outside the cafeteria. And my face went into trash spaghetti. Holy shit, dude. Continue! And I flailed until the trash tipped over. And I got up and the girl she watched all of it. I tried to give her this smile, like I'd somehow meant to do that. But it turns out I'd swallowed some of the trash spaghetti and I puked all over myself. No wonder you came home! Oh, that's so peak. Wow, that's messed up. I'm going to throw up. Thanks for nothing. You have come face to face with your lowest moment. You may pass unburdened. Unburdened? Yeah, for real. Okay, let us pass already. The power to pass was in your hands all along. What the effing hell? You may go. Go to hell, teens. I hate everything right now. So, what did that earn us? Let me chit-chat while I'm not absorbed in story. Okay, yeah, Boo Gandalf. You enjoyed the MCU but have no interest in the TV shows at the moment. Yeah, no, they really tried to get us to watch all those TV shows. And most importantly, to invest in Disney Plus. Yeah, no, I hear interesting things about the TV shows all the time, but mostly from friends who aren't really paying for the subscription services. Oops. Sorry to rat yolls out. Yeah, hype is risky, and they just seem to be, with Spider-Man 3, just stoking the flames. And I'm not sure how... I mean, the MCU has been pretty decent with, like, gauging and, like, meeting hype of its fans. But I don't know, I feel like this is just an extra crazy step, you know? Now that we're going all the way back to referencing things from the Sam Raimi and... Crap, who the hell directed the Amazing Spider-Man films? Like anyone cares. Damn, JK, I'm sure they're a fine person. Or maybe they're not, so screw them. Whatever. It feels like nothing is off the table now. Anything is possible. We have reached the Smash Bros. Ultimate level of anything is possible, and holy crap, go look at that fan base. They're never happy, no matter what you give them, no matter how crazy you get. No matter what you give them, what you give them, they're not happy. So I don't know. I feel like people are just gonna be pissed off. I feel like they're not gonna be able to meet these expectations. But hey, they also have way too much fucking money, so... Money talks, maybe they'll make it work. You can kind of hear the main theme popping up in the background there. Blue Gandalf, I love how your comparisons for stoking hype before release were not movies, but video games. No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, luckily we're not dealing with video games, so it's less difficult to actually fulfill all the promises. And I guess maybe film fans are just the tiniest bit less rabid than video game ones. I don't know. That's a generalization. Beatrice, just learn to jump. Come on, become a platform hero like me. How am I gonna break a gate open? I can jump on it somewhere. Oh. This I cannot. Ugh. Get up! Or... branch? Yeah. Ta-da! Even when we're not committing crimes, we are vandalizing stuff. My back hurts. Let's find Little Joe. Yeah, it wasn't Little John, I was just thinking about Robin Hood. They're very similar, okay? J.O., monosyllabic names, white people names. Yeah, maybe video game fans are just a little less rabid. You got hit by the No Man's Sky hype, so that's the one I remember. Yeah, you never forget the first time you get burned. What was... I mean, I guess there's different degrees of, like, being burned by expectations, right? Yeah, but very few to the scale of No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk. Yeah, I'm trying to think what video game I was I don't know. I'm not excited for video games. No, that's a lie. I'm only excited for good video games. No. It was most likely like a Super Mario game. I'm trying to think which ones. Which games have I felt let down by? It's more like, for me, it tends to be less being like immediately let down, you know. Fuck, how could they lie to us? And more gradually adjusting my opinion to be a bit more negative, or just a bit more critical. You know, the initial honeymoon period wears off, I guess. Struggling. I guess Metroid Other M I was quite excited for, because I was interested to see what the blend of first and third person could do. But then I wasn't much of a Metroid fan there, and if I were much of a Metroid fan before that game came out, I would have been able to see from a mile away that it was going to be terrible. God knows how I became a Metroid fan, with that being my first game in the series. But it did its job. I went back, I played the others, and I always knew there was something a bit off about Other M. Just from what I knew about the characters in the world from like Smash Brothers and games that I had played like as one-offs around friends' houses. But yeah, that was a pretty monumental disappointment. I'm gonna smash his shit up. No, don't do it again. Why did we forget the baseball bat? We never carry it around with us anymore. They want me to just jump on the... They do! Yes! Uh-oh. Remember what we said about sinkholes? This is not how graves work. You were right. I didn't tell you to do that. Oh, the sinkholes. Yeah. You're lucky it wasn't deeper. Wait, is that... Yeah, that's a coffin. Oh, crap. So we're gonna open it, right? No, that's a terrible idea. It's clearly not rotting anymore. It's just gonna be a skeleton. So what? Even if there is a skeleton in it, the ghost is separate from the body? It's gone a long time ago? What are we hoping to achieve here? 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh. Now he's shaking. She's shaking. Look at me. Oh! So what? Foul play? Who knows? We're detectives. We're not, we're like criminal vandals. Or like grave robbers or something. Those two. We're a lot of things right now. We are always a lot of things. We contain multitudes. We're being watched again. Yes. We've been followed every single time we've gone out on one of these. These little excursions. Well, that was weird, huh? Weird? That was not weird. That was a crime. Did you see the ghost? He was there. How do you know the ghost is a dude? Okay, fine, but he was there. May, it was the groundskeeper or something. The groundskeeper who's got some mad pace on him. Ah, I saw the effing ghost. Why does nobody... Oh, those donuts from a couple of nights ago come back to me. Hey, what's wrong? Holy crap, my head, jeez. What the hell? Big briefing time. Oh dear. Thanks for, coming. Again, we live here. Yeah, you're in my living room. I'll accept the thanks. So, do you have an idea of what's going on? There's a ghost that's in my head. The night after I saw the kidnapping, or I think it was a kidnapping, I had this dream I barely remember, except for this sound, this horrible sound, and this feeling. Ugh. Oh gosh. And I keep hearing it whenever the ghost gets nearby. It's like someone rips a hole in my brain. Nice. I know you guys don't believe me. It's not that I don't believe that something's happening with you. I just don't know that it's a ghost. Yeah, dude. There are 50 better explanations for all of this. Like what? You have sudden stress migraines? You saw something that freaked you out? Makes you stress out? I get migraines. And mate, you've gone through a lot of life changes recently. And I don't know, stress does weird things to people. Okay, fine, whatever. Stop gaslighting me, friends. I'm going up into the woods. Oh no. May. Night in the woods. What do you all care? You don't believe me anyway. I'll go. Listen, I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in you. Oh, dude. So let's go find your ghost. I was fixing to say something like that, but you said it better. Oh, you guys. It's not even ghost hunting season. Yeah, it's Buck. We're outlaws. Thank you for believing me. Mostly, I just don't want you wandering around up there alone. At night. In the woods. Let's hunt some ghosts. Gosh. Haven't been on a night hike in a long time. Gotta listen for owls. Why? Owls are cool. Let's go catch the ghost. Yeah, we got work in the morning. Skull hole. Must he be avenged? Okay. I think I should grab a drink or something. All this reading out text has really gotten to my throat. Tried it up something fierce. So I'm gonna go catch a drinkette. And I will be back in about 5 minutes. Shall we reconvene in 5 minutes, class? Okay, here you go. Have an intermission scene. See you soon. Hello. I returned. I have water. My throat is slightly less sandpapery. Let's do this. Spooky. But I've got my friends. So... Have I never been back up here? Fences work? Ah, people are up here all the time. I came here when I was like 12. What's up here? Just old junk and trees and animals. What is it, B? Nothing. Nothing. I was praying. Wow, really? Yep, let's go. Welcome back. No, welcome back, you, Blue Gandalf. One thing I thought it would be fun to do on these streams is to recommend YouTubers and content creators that I've been shamelessly binge watching over the last week. And if I had to give just one recommendation, somebody whose content I'm absolutely addicted to, it would be Brutal Moose. His editing is just the most absurd, beautiful, idiosyncratic shit, and he knows it as well because he's got loads of like editing callbacks to earlier videos, so many like running jokes, but I just cannot get enough of those videos. No matter whether he's reviewing like a freaking Disney Channel original movie, arcade machines, cursed VHS tapes, or my favorite reviews have got to be like the food reviews. They are truly hilarious. He like buys shitty American TV dinners, frozen foods, and eats them and has the absolute worst time. You can visibly see it on his face, and ranks them. And I don't know what it is that just makes them so damn rewatchable, but it's definitely mostly the editing. And his personality, of course, just shines through in every bit of the videos. They are addictive. Nah, whatever he turns his head to, I'm right there. And his streams are pretty good as well. A couple of weeks ago where everybody I'd followed on YouTube or Twitch was streaming Sonic Adventure 2 all at the same time. So I ended up watching about 3 different SA2 streams. Sounds good, I'll check him out. Sounds like a rabbit hole to spend a few hours on Bank Holiday. Yeah, tomorrow's Bank Holiday Monday. I guess I kind of forgot because it's not a bank holiday in Hong Kong, so I'll still be teaching. It's only one lesson tomorrow, and it's a pretty easy one. Also, we're just witnessing an abduction, and there are multiple hooded figures, and this looks like Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts going on here. Anyone got any juice? No, guys. Oh, hell. Guys, wait. Love, you knew this was gonna happen. You knew it the moment you screwed this whole thing up. It ain't like you weren't on the other side of this before. It was a mistake. I owned up to it. Love, this is you owning up to it. Aren't I allowed to make one mistake? One mistake? You left a goddamn arm in front of the click-clack? Wow, it's taken like over a week for these guys to punish him. What was I supposed to do? It was your screw up. His leg stuck. It wasn't like you couldn't call any of us. I panicked, okay? I was embarrassed. I sure wish you'd call me, love. You think any of us want to do this? Guys, we could figure something out. Nothing to figure out. But I got family. Love, don't insult us. You know you don't got to worry about Jeannie and the girls. They'll be completely taken care of. They'll never want for nothing. He's not going to budge with that leg sticking straight out. Ah, hell. Dave, Rick, Betty, guys, you know me. Alright, Dave, you owed him. Sorry, love. You know we got no choice, and I'd appreciate it if you stopped laying a guilt trip on us. No! Oh, jeez. Well, this guy is going to a satanic ritual. You're just putting yourself to more anguish and screams. Oh hell, let's get this over with. We should just make this easy, love. Oh god, his bone's sticking out. He sawed his leg off. May Borowski? Oh gosh, we're in a real hot fuzz thing, right? Oh, we're running! Oh gosh, we're playing an endless runner now. We're in Temple Run. I guess, oh gosh. I guess cannibals would be more accurate. Take that, suckers. Damn, they're gaining on me. What happened to everyone else? There's no way Angus is faster than me. Not even with his inhaler. Oh, okay. I just fucking died. Yeah, I'm getting total hot fuzz for the greater good vibes. Although I do love a story where, you know, the village has got a dark secret. Part 4, the end of everything. Well, that sounds pretty conclusive. That sounds like it's got to be the last part. Tribes. Nice. Blue Gandalf, you said you've been binging a lot of... is it Alex Mukala? Yeah, I've seen his content always looks really good. He's like a composer, right? A music composer. I think games, but I think he also releases albums of just his own music. Yeah, he does musical analysis of... I've seen his Persona videos on Persona music floating around. Yeah, of him reacting to and analysing famously amazing video game soundtracks. Oh, he's done Bury the Lights! Yes! I am the storm that is approaching! Oh, that really got my throat at the back. Oh, it really made me crack. Oh. Oh. Let me take a swig of water. And Final Fantasy. Yeah, of course. You can't do any video game musical analysis worth your salt without looking at Final Fantasy. Those soundtracks are gold. I live in a tree. I believe that. Yeah, Germ lives in a tree. I believe that. And we're taking control of Greg, presumably because we spent the most time with him. He plays a funky bass. He edited a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 and showed it to Nobuo Uematsu. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yeah, get him on to help the sound team out. Yeah, fan-made trailer, not official. Damn it, but that would be really cool. I mean, maybe eventually he will get to help edit a trailer if Uematsu saw it. Good content to listen to while working. Yeah, that's my favorite type of content. Yeah, that you can maybe watch the first time and get really engrossed in, but then it's just really comforting to rewatch or re-listen to in the background. I hope these streams are good for that. If you've been lurking in the past. Is Sonic Adventure 2 the "when will you learn" meme? Sonic Adventure 2 has got so many memes in it. What are you referring to? When will you learn? The ones I can just think of on the top of my head are when the English sound mixing is really bad and like lines overlap over each other. So the really famous one is "Faker, you're not even good enough to be my fake. I'll make you eat those words." That one is quite a famous one. Are brownies and lasagna a good combo? I'm not going to ask that. I know it is. Oh, when will you learn that your actions have consequences? Yeah, I know the kid you're talking about. It's like a really enraged Sonic fan. That was after Sonic 2006. Because that's the really bad game. Yeah, that's like from the Rage review of Sonic 2006. I'm not going to do a when will you learn your actions have consequences impression, because that would kill my voice even more. Oh, you guys. Grangus. Greg and Angus. The best. Are we looking outside? No. He's outside my building last night, late. You call the cops? Yeah, I called. They sent someone by. He was gone. Also, it's not illegal to stand on the street. True. The cops will get away with doing as little as possible, I assume, out here. I can skate. I'm a skater. Skate to create. Nah, it's got to be skate and destroy. I use my powers for good. Oh, what's this? I can use like 5 naps. 5 good naps in 1 nap bucket. Jump in. I guess I'll just talk to B. So is she dead? No idea, no response from parents. Where did they get a gun from? That's bad. It's not great. Jeez. Guys, this is a bad situation. Yeah, why are we all just sitting around playing video games? Eating brownies and lasagna? Wait, everybody shut up. Chester, you didn't get the memo. We got mice in the building, in the walls. Oh my god. Spooky as hell. I can see your VODs being good content to work to. I should hope so, Blue Gandalf. What do you mean, you can see my VODs being good content to work with? Surely they already are. You know they are because you've been using them as such. No, I jest. And now welcome to my journey, let's play. Yeah, I should do a Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 stream. That's gotta be high up on my list. Those games are very, very funny. In the best possible way. Hey, you're not looking too good. I don't remember there being this many mailboxes. Post boxes? What am I? British? Oh yeah. Spoopy. And then May died. Surely we've got to be visited by Cat God. Oh no, just real God. God is here in this room. I believe that. Times like this we can call out and know that our cries are heard. While we're here, maybe someone would like to say something about May? That'd be nice. May's a good girl. She and I explored the stars. She'd love to hear about them. Ah, maybe the more townspeople you hang out with over the course of the game? I've been skipping a couple of them. Maybe the more you hang out with, the more of them show up. But I don't remember this goat guy. It can be difficult. Anyone else? I'll say something. Neighborowski's always been a menace. That's the old guy who lives next door, our neighbor. I called the police on her more than once. Hope she wakes up and learns a lesson. That's all I've got to say. Okay. Thank you, William. I'll speak up. May was a daughter to all of us on the block. Speak for yourself. Sometimes folks is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Hope we find out exactly what happened to her. Oh, we know, her friends told us. They were out in the woods at night, down the end of the Center Avenue. Someone was out there hunting illegally. Oh, what a funny story. What a nice cover-up. That would be very convenient. Hope she wakes up soon and tells us all about it. Yeah, I will. Weird Cthulhu mantis aliens. The world is shifting. What's happened to this one? Do we know you? Yeah, he's the handyman from the train station, very beginning of the game. Supposed to be fixing a door. In here? Nope. Okay, so she's gonna be fine. For today, leastways. What? What? Who are you? Janitor! Oh my gosh! He's the weird, transient janitor that has wisdom, like, far beyond his. Or far more wisdom than he should have. He just knows everything. He's omniscient. What did you say, May? It's dead. What's dead, honey? Hey, honey? Everything. You heard it here first, folks. Ugh. You heard it here first, folks. Everything is dead. Birdies. Where exactly did we get shot? Or maybe, yeah, we did just fall down the cliff and give ourselves a concussion. gotta go back to the apartment building. Friendos. Oh, it was me the whole time. I was the spooky presence outside your door. Holy shit, dude, I thought you were gonna be dead. Not yet. You came back to life. I don't think she was dead. Pizza party! I'm feeling woozy. I should lay down. You can sleep in our bed. I feel weird about that. How about the couch? Do I have to stop playing? Oh, Germ. No, the sound is good. Mum said it's okay to keep her here. I'll drive her home later. So she just like wandered out of her house? Yeah, and all the way here. Jeez. Like she didn't pass out somewhere out there. Who says I didn't? I sure hope she's alright. Over you, shh. So how do you know this guy? We order pizza, what, twice a week? At least. From out by the highway, now since Pastability's closed down. I thought you two were trying to save money. What? Don't police our lifestyle, B. You gotta have pizza. Yeah. Spy him through the keyhole. It's not him, we'll turn off the light. And I guess hide here until we die. Alright, well, as long as there's a plan. The cultists are delivering our pizza. It's him! It's the pizza guy. Pizza's here. Oh, hell yeah. This is what I need. Oh, no. Donut sick. Grant and some guy fished you out of the woods. You were like in a coma. Did you die? I just took a very long nap. We have died before in Night in the Woods. This is nothing. Yeah, take an entirely new bit of pizza that I clearly am not up for eating. Had this dream, or like a vision. Or I time traveled. I don't know. I'm like in and out of consciousness. Can you not eat? You should eat. Don't know if I can. Sorry, Mum. You scared us to death, honey. Sorry, Mum. We'll come pick you up. Nah, it's cool. I'm just gonna sleep here. B is there? B's here. I'll be back in the morning. Have B drive you home. I will. Hey? I know. Give us a call if you need to come home. I will. Love you, Mum. Love you, sweetie. I'm not feeling too good. What, a brownie? Nah, I can't really eat right now. Like, I puke, but there isn't anything in there. So I'd like puke my actual guts out. Oh, right. You need your guts. For the moment, at least. Here, hand me the controller. I'll wreck you. Sup, gang? Dude, are you sure you're okay? Yeah, I guess so. Not really. I was like, really worried. You were correct to worry. It was bad. Yeah. Don't ever get seriously injured again, okay? Germ. What even was that game? Werewolf, shred the gnar free. Wow, I played this at Casey's house, like, years ago. I played it yesterday, at home. Cool. Germ's a retro gamer. Is there a signal here? Wi-Fi? Ah, okay. I got like a mental map of all the Wi-Fi spots in town. What is it with Possum Springs and no signal? Yeah, out here in the hills. We're not big enough to get towers or something. Hey, yeah? If we're all still alive or whatever, we should, like, maybe hang out more. I kind of thought you found me really annoying. Eh, I'll take air. Limping around. Don't make me walk everywhere to interrupt stuff. Can I, like, wander around your apartment? Nah, let's hit the sack. Hey, everybody go to bed now. The player demands it. See you all tomorrow. You sure it's safe for you to leave? None of this got anything to do with me. No weirdos are following me around. Alright. Couldn't we just send Germ out to get the pizza then? Fuck you, Germ. Hey. Hey, Greg. You awake? Yeah. Do you know why I beat down Andy Cullen 6 years ago? Back then you went all crazy. But like that's not really a reason, I guess. I was playing that game where you like dated ghosts. I remember what that one had a hot skeleton. Alistair or something like that. Yeah. You were crushing hard on those dank bones. I was playing it like 24/7 until this one afternoon, and suddenly like something broke. It was just like pixels. Your computer broke? No, like reality broke. Like the characters on screen, it felt like I'd known them, but they weren't people anymore. They were just shapes, and their lines were just things someone had written. They never existed. They never had feelings. They never would exist either. It felt so sad. Like I just lost these real people. And this whole thing we had, it was just me alone. Like that realization, like dumped out of the screen and into real life. Went outside in the tree out front. I looked at it every day. It was like a friend outside the window. That was just a thing that was there. Growing and eating and just being there, like all the stuff I felt about the tree. It's just in my head. There was some guy walking by, and he was just shapes. Just like this moving bulk of stuff. And I cried. Because nothing was there for me anymore. It was all just stuff in the universe. Just dead. Dude, why didn't you tell me? I don't know, what could I have said? This all happened like the day before that softball game. I mean, I was there in the stands. I watched you do it. I was so scared for you. When Andy stepped up, it was like, and he was just shapes too. Just lines someone wrote. Like nothing in there. And I was so scared and angry, before I knew it, I was on top of him, smashing his face in with the bat. Just shapes. Red shapes all over the grass. There wasn't that much blood. Oh God, I made him bleed all over the place, Greg. I wonder if he, wondered why, what he'd done. He is probably an asshole. No, dude, I didn't know him. Neither did you. Well then, you had to go to therapy. Yeah, Dr. Hank and his journaling. Dr. Hank's messed up one of my tooth fillings. Oh gosh, why would you be the therapist and the dentist? This town is messed up. I guess it's understandable because he does like everything. Yeah. I meant to ask you, did that journal shit actually work? Kinda? Sorta? Helps me grab onto things and keep them in one place. But since that whole thing happened back then, when I'm alone in a new place, it's all shapes, like back at the softball game. So this is why May feels trapped, I guess why she ended up dropping out of college. Yeah. College is for losers. Dude, listen, okay? I couldn't make friends. I was just afraid of being outside alone. And there was this statue, like the founder or something. A really shitty statue, like all rusty metal, and it was these shapes. It was pointing down at me. I was so scared I didn't leave my dorm room. I either didn't eat or I ate entire pizzas at once. Downed cough syrup just to sleep all the time. Dude. And finally I got up the courage to leave, and I came home where everything was fine. Where I knew everyone and it wasn't just dead shapes watching me. Jeez, dude. Something broke in my head, in my life. Dude, you should have called me. We could have come and rescued you. Would have, like, kidnapped you. I couldn't call home either. I couldn't even talk to anyone. I don't even know why. I didn't even come home for the longest night. I just stayed in my room, in bed. That's horrible, dude. I thought when I came home, I just felt so safe here, and everything made sense for a few days. And then all this. And, dude. Shh. You're gonna be okay. I'm so scared, Greg. I know, dude. We're all freaked out right now. You need to sleep. I'll be here all night. Yikes. Oh gosh, are we leaving? Leaving so soon? Bye, guys. The hole in the center of everything. Like wolf donut. Oh, it's time to get to the bottom of this. I see. Bots have descended. Hello, weird cultist. Take me. What are you? Are you actually a ghost? Or just some guy? What is this thing in my head? Are you doing this? Why is this happening to me? Talk! Fine, let's do this. What the hell? Oh shit! Oh, Greg with the crossbow is back. I wasn't aiming for his shoulder. You effing shot me. Hey asshole, get away from her. 3 of us, 1 of you. And none of us got bolts sticking out of us. I'm going to... Oh jeez. You. Yeesh. You okay, dude? What? Oh. Hey, jerk. Why the hell are you out here by yourself? This is all because of me. Oh yeah, dude, all your fault. You definitely made these dudes creep around, following us and, like, kidnapping someone, maybe. Yeah, you did it with your effing mind control powers. Dude, come off it. It's in my dreams. Dude. You don't get to do this, okay? I don't get everything that's going on with you. And I'm not saying it's not happening. I believe you, okay? I do. But you don't get to die on me. You're not gonna do that to me, okay? Okay. We've been best friends since forever, you big dumb idiot. And even if this was somehow all in your head, which it isn't, I would still back you. To the actual God's honest end. Jeez, me too. Clearly we all would be. I shot a dude for you, come on. And if we keep talking like this, I'm gonna cry, and... Greg. Oh, our friends are the best. Thank you. Well, he's wounded. It sounded like he went back up to the mine. Yeah, what do we do? Follow him, I guess. What? I don't want to choose either of these options, game. Don't make me do this. May, have you learned anything? Anyway, if he's up in the mine, we might be able to corner him and tie him up or something. Can you walk, May? I think so. Might be a little slow. I'll help you if you need it. Thanks, big guy. Alright, let's go die or something. But hopefully not. Gates open. Oh, jeez. What? We could, like, block it shut or something. Oh, dang. You're right. No. I have to go down in there. To hell. It's like all of his friends are gone. Just one guy. Just one guy. Just one something. Things be getting spooky. Oh, there you go. Greg said it. I don't think we get to complain about spooky. We left our precious robot boy out in the woods. Nah, dude, we created a legend. What are you two even talking about? It's been a weird few days. Deeper we go. Ooh, crank. Lever. Let's put it. We got an elevator in here. Yeah. Looks like he took the elevator down. So much for the element of surprise. He's gonna hear us coming a mile away. Sure we want to do this? Yeah, mate, you sure? Fuck yeah. He's in my head. I can't function like this. Everything is dying or dead already. I don't know what's gonna happen down there. Alright then. Down we go together. Yoink! Ooh, that thing looks old. Ugh. I don't know if anyone in chat feels this, but I'm super claustrophobic, and lifts for a long time were the bane of my existence. Lifts are completely closed off, yeah. Ugh. I'm a bit better about them now. I lived in Hong Kong for a couple of months and lived on the 16th floor of a tall apartment building. So pretty much had to conquer that fear in a trial by fire. But I'm still not amazing being in small spaces. I don't know. How could anyone find that enjoyable? Ugh. Yeah, let's be ghosts. This can be pretty uncomfortable, especially old mining ones. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think the idea of a cave is the most triggering thing for me. A spooky old cave that can collapse at any moment. Ugh, the worst. Door, tunnel, whatever. Why has the Earth become space? That's not normal. What the hell? It's like a church or something, and like junk. It's here, it's here. It's the icon of sin from Dune. And this game is going to turn into a boomer shoot. I know you're in here. We can see B's cigarette. Say something. Well, how about this? Take a couple more steps forward if you want to die. Show yourself. Yeah, so we're like 5 times scarier than you. Oh gosh, is that so? There they are, they're right there. I'm gonna kill him. Each will do no such thing. It's out of our hands now. He shot me! And I'd say we're even. Little girl got shot at the other night. Yeah, sorry about that. You're apologizing? It was a bad call, I'm sorry. It's okay, it didn't actually hit me, so... Wait, who are you? Bunch of old boys doing their damnedest to protect their own and their neighbors. And why are you trying to kill me? Kill you? Nobody's gonna kill you. What if you're a part of this town, by family relation, or just by being hard workers? Contributors. Okay, so we could just leave? Well, he brought you down here for a reason, and he's not gonna let you leave until he's had his say. Well, he's already got an arrow through his shoulder. I don't think he's gonna be having much say in whatever. We're not talking about him. So you think that he kidnapped that kid at Harvest? He's been in my head somehow. I'm always tired, constant headaches. He's been following me, following all of us. Oh, little girl, you don't know what this is, do you? Oh God, I've seen this, or I've felt it. It was Ed Scudder and Jim Dorney who found it, 20 years back or so. After the West Mine closed out past Brittle. Best Schumacher, last supervisor, was out there when the company locked off the entrance. Carved his initials and date in the door. Then you got this mine, the old one. Not even a proper mine, big hole, copper. Abandoned. Shoot, long before any of us were born. Too close to water. And that water was poison. When the first settlers came out here, that old spring used to be right above where we're standing. But that water dried up. 1992 or so, some men from West Mine came back up here to try bootlegging. Practically built a new elevator, got the main tunnel cleared. Never found no coal, just dug deeper and deeper. Till Ed busts through that wall and finds this place. Jim walks right into that hole and never hits bottom. Ed calls down to Jim. Jim don't answer. Someone else does. I know you heard that voice, girl, in dreams and in waking times. It's what brought you down here. What is it? Black goat. Not even black like the colour, black like the space between the stars. He's down there in that hole, looking up at us right now. This is like some cosmic horror stuff. Why would you just do something a hole in the cave told you to? Gotta understand, in those days it was the end of the world. Jobs gone, our kids were leaving, yeah, capitalism is fucked. Government didn't care, only wanted our votes. Just putting in more regulations, sending our jobs overseas, spending our taxes, and lazy people and immigrants, Jesus fuck, while we worked ourselves to death. God damn, I hate this crap. You old dipshits. You finished? Yeah, sure. We prayed and prayed up at the church, but when Ed Scudder came back down here and listened, got answers back. Oh God, I think I know. Yeah, he's already in there, singing to you, right? Ed explained it to a few folks and they didn't believe it, but he was persuasive. He had the glimmer. The glimmer? When he takes a shining to, it rubs off on you. You can do things. I've never seen it. But they said Ed could walk through walls. He's a ghost. After Ed talked us into all this, after that first time, after he picked one out, well, not only was the town holding stable, but it was almost like we were getting younger and money came too. Still a few of us left back from back then. Pigs? First one was Tom Turner, who, believe you me, was a bastard. Just pure trash. We got him down here, and in the hole he went. The next week, flowers blooming all over the hills. Jeez, yeah, they're just sacrificing them to the hole. They're feeding him? He's hungry like you wouldn't believe. Every few months or so he starts singing. It's someone's turn to find someone. I think I'm gonna be sick. We never pick no one who's gonna be missed. That's a solid rule. Drifters, drunks, and delinquents. That's fucked. Yeah, Casey, our friend from the very beginning of the game. We've never actually seen, they've just always been missing to us. The Hartley kid? Oh, he was going to contribute to society, except a bunch of kids grown up with no dad. There's a rap sheet a mile long. Before whatever sad end he'd wind up at. We did him a favour. What the fuck? Shoot this guy, shoot this mofo. We don't use that word. You know he was taking up business with his cousin, right? You know what happened to his cousin? Burned alive when his little trailer lab exploded. They had to wear hazmat suits when they cleaned him up. That's where Casey was headed. You killed Casey! And you want to act like we didn't do him and this whole town a favour? Oh god, Casey's been down here the whole time. His parents put up posters! Maybe they should have cared more about him before it came to this. Shoot that fucker! Alright now, throw it down or I'll shoot. What if I get you first? Bolt sticking right out of your eye. Bang! Bang! You brought guns down here? Dangerous this far out in the woods at night. Basic safety. Oh shit. How are we gonna get out of this one, folks? We're not monsters, we do it because we love our home. As long as we keep doing this, Possum Springs survives. Things can get better. These mines are going to be humming again someday. Old mills puffing smoke. Kids don't understand that. We lost what our world was built around. Used to be you provided for a family, bought a house. Now you're stocking shelves at the grocery store. Kids leaving more than they're staying, no opportunity. Old people dying, houses left empty. You ever seen that? A home become a tiled-in pile of wood and plaster. A job become a burned-out brick box or a hole in the ground. But we can change that. We can put this place back together, where it won't be just shapes. Oh. Been under this weird influence that May's been under. How much of this is this weird cosmic influence? Because we're gonna kill you, yay! We need new blood to carry this on when we're gone. You're like pitching us on this? Were any of you even miners back in the day? Any of you hurting now, financially like? Or is this just some big costume party murder club? With someone's shitty boss who's afraid of dying? That don't matter. It does. This is real bad. This is insane. Why should we help you? Because if no one is here to do this, remember that flood a few years back? Remember the blizzard of 2010? That's what happens. Beyond that, jobs never come back, the kids never come back, everything crumbles. Possum Springs bleeds to death. And soon we'll all be dead. And this town will just be fields and trees. I've seen it. I know you have. I understand if you need some time to think over, so we can leave. No one's gonna stop you. But understand that you don't know who we are out there. But we know who you all are. Ain't fair they get to leave and I probably got permanent damage. Shut it, Ede. You don't know a thing about what he wants, what he is. Ede, I swear to God. Let's go. Yeah, let's seriously get out of here. Son, you leave that crossbow. What? Why? Well, I could bullshit you. The truth is, I just don't trust you. Fine, whatever, it's a piece of shit anyway. Oh god, I can't move you guys. I'll carry you. My brain is in pieces right now. It's all just empty. Everything's empty. What are we going to do? We'll crack that when we're far away from here. I don't know if I... Talk later. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna have to put you down for a sec, okay? What's going on? So, Casey. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. And for what? I think I get it. Wow, really? Too tired to explain it right now, but, like, they lost what they thought was gonna happen. Which was what had happened, like, a long time ago. Or how they remember it, or, like, picture it. And things it gave them. And so Casey and that kid at Harvest and... Sorry, I lost it. That's more sense than I can make of it. They're sad. It's all really sad. Ready to go again, Angus? Yep, sorry. Wait, everybody shut up. Following us? Or its big ass cosmic space worm? Oh, what the frack? Press F to pay respects to dead cultists. Is everyone okay? May! May! Snake! 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 Everyone is loving this. Why are we laughing? Dude, it's okay now. Messed that guy up and he's not coming back. We're gonna walk out of this. So how are we getting out of here? Shh, let me rest. Feel air coming in from somewhere. Ugh. So we're not gonna suffocate? This would be my worst nightmare. Yikes. Ugh, being caved in. Yikes. Blue Gandalf, that's why lifts make me uncomfortable too. What weird cultists that jump out of them and try to suck you into the earth. Oh, welcome back, May. You okay? I don't know now that I almost got murdered. Again. Which is weird. That was like the third time in 2 days? Third time's the charm. Guys, the air's coming from back here. Alright, I'm up. You sure? Yeah, I think I can walk at least. It's boarded up a long time ago. Can we get through? Let's find out. Oh, do I get to break stuff? I do. Oh. Oh, I need friendos. Yeah, there's some fresh air, alright. And water. Dude, that's amazing. You can smell water? Hopefully it's not a river. Cave rivers are death traps. Mine river. We're in a mine. Right. Not feeling too good. Based on video games, cultists jumping out seems pretty common. It's true. This is some Silent Hill Resident Evil shit. You can see the bottom. I don't think we're gonna die in the 1 foot of water. You say that. Why is no one following us? Come, try the water. It's lovely. Don't leave me out here. Oh god. There we go. To the weird space. I know what you are now. I think I knew before, but you know, after I sent that kid to the hospital years ago, they said I had an anger problem. That's not true. I was angry because of something else. Something I'd lost. Trying so hard since not to be angry got me all defenseless. And I lost more and more and more. That's not getting better. I want to be angry. When I ran home from college, on the bus I had this dream. Maybe I saw it out the window. Last leaf on the tree. Finally blown off. I'm so scared. All the time. The fear hurts. Feeling like everything is over. It was over long before I got here. So long, hiding. Trying to outrun this. I get it. This won't stop until I die. But when I die, I want it to hurt. When my friends leave. When I have to let go. When this entire town is wiped off the map. I want it to hurt bad. I want to lose. I want to get beaten up. I want to hold on until I'm thrown off and everything ends. And you know what? Until that happens, I want to hope again. And I want it to hurt. Because that means it meant something. It means I am something, at least. Pretty amazing to be something, at least. Weird text. You know I can't understand you, right? Oh, shut up already. I know this won't save me in the end, but I don't need it to save me further. I just need it to save me now. So if you're gonna kill me right here, then do it. If not... What the frack? Got all sleepwalky there for a sec. You want me to carry you? No, just... What the hell? Hey, there's a lot over here. Let's get away from the spooky pit. Sucked us into space. Get me out of here. Looks old enough at least. For sure. Hello, we're down here. Don't ask us why, please. You'll get lucky and someone's out here in the woods at night. I can try to make it out. No, I can like... Okay, yeah, you up for this? Yeah, send me in, chief. Hyper like dolphins? No, that when your body is like, whoa, I almost died. And you got a hyper because you're filled with dolphins or endorphins. Endorphins. Ah, okay. There, thank you, those. Why are those dolphins up out of here? Climbing minigame. Oh, wait, it's just platforming. I got this. Oh yeah, hit me with those retro tunes, boy. This is like freaking ending to Metroid. planet's blowing up. Gotta climb out the shaft to Mother Brain. Ah, they cut the music. Seriously, nobody else got any platforming skill? This place. Hey mate, germ? Is this where he lives? I live right up the hill, yeah. I heard Greg yelling. We're all stuck down there. You're at the bottom of the old well in my backyard? It's been a really bad night. Sounds like it. Got any rope or something? Yeah. Who is Germ, really? He lives here. In the woods? What the hell? My entire body hurts. That was a long way. I brought some sodas. You're the best, Germ. You need the sugar and caffeine. Anyone else wanna get far away from this well? Yep. Germ, can you, like, I don't know, seal up this well? Trust me, you want to. I mean, I can get some dynamite. What a funny guy. There goes a weird guy. Took the word right out of my mouth. It strikes me that we just murdered all of those dudes down there. How do you figure? Well, I mean, the elevator's broken, we caused a cave-in. That was self-defense. I guess, but we did cause the deaths of like a dozen guys. No, they're all still alive down there. Until we throw the dynamite down. Well, we're blameless, they attacked us. One of them attacked us. So we're worrying about, like, it's morally grey. We're not murderers. Like, if we'd had a choice, we wouldn't have done it. I would have. Well, they, like, killed people. They were trying to get us to kill people. Screw them. I don't even believe in hell, and I hope they all go straight there. Jeez, Angus. Well, that's what I think, at least. This is like that trolley thing. The trolley problem. What trolley thing? I'll explain it if we keep walking. Damn. Already ambiguous. Hey guys. You there? Sharko is down there in the bottom right. We don't need nobody else. Hard for me to say anything smart about what the hell just happened. Easier for me to get it all out here, and I need to talk. Even if you jerks are off doing whatever. I don't even understand life. I think you get taught that you have a lot more control of the world than you do. I just walked into all this horrible stuff that was already happening. We all did. And I guess that's really scary. Like, who knows what's gonna happen? But I guess you can, like, connect things, or connect to things. Sometimes you need someone to be the thing you don't have. Even if it's something you're already supposed to have. All of you are what kept me from floating off tonight. Also, you kind of killed that guy to save me. I don't think I didn't appreciate that. Oh. I'm ever going to have a handle on what just happened? I kind of hope not. I just hope it's over. I want all of us to be free of it. I don't want us to be part of some horrible story. I want to, like, grow giant and pick you all up and carry you someplace safe. Sorry, I'm all rambling now. I just gotta believe there's ways to escape. Or at least move on. buddy. Germ, you don't even use Messenger. I guess I'm just typing at you wherever you're at. I think I pretty much love Greg more than anyone ever. Don't know if better friends exist. We're like old shoes that go together. Sorry I caused drama between you and Angus, man. Angus, I give you Greg as a gift. Remember to water and feed him. If you ever hurt him, I will kick your ass into the ground. He was mine first. Yeah, there it is. No, I'm just gonna erase all that. Let's try again. Oh no, she said it off. Ha guys, I was kidding about a lot of that. I'm really tired, I don't know what I'm saying. Log off, May. Log off. Oh, May. That's credits? Or is that... Oh, what? Epilogue? Epilogue, eh? Gosh, I really hope I get to finish this now. If I do get called for dinner, but I doubt it will take that long. I'm back in the kitchen if you want to talk. Let's go talk, shall we? Seeing as we nearly died. How are you feeling? Good enough to jump up here? Could you do me a favour and stay home tonight? Yes. Got a night enough going out in the woods. You could do whatever you want, but you do live here, and you are still my baby. Oh, Mom. We need to come up with some ground rules, just because. Honey, you could have died the other night. And then you just left to hang out with your friends. Oh, jeez. This has been a ride to watch. Yeah, you've definitely joined for the most turbulent part. Things descended very quickly to madness. I don't even know if I can tell you. Well, I don't understand, I promise. Well, you know, some people from the town were sacrificing other townspeople to Cthulhu monster in the hope of saving it from the effects of capitalism. We can make breakfast for dinner like we used to. Ah, breakfast foods are so high tier. Pancakes, for sure. Am I going out today? Yes. Longest night decorations. Let's go find our friends. Oh, hello, Father. Hey, Dad. No work today? I told Bob to shove it. Really? No. Okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. Not gonna sugarcoat it, I hate my job. I've mined, I've made glass, I've done a heap of other stuff. At this place, they just don't respect you for working. They don't. Job's supposed to pay you enough to live. Job's supposed to let you provide for your family. Job's supposed to have regular hours. Boss is supposed to respect you. Work is supposed to be able to talk. Work is supposed to be able to have a life. Work is supposed to be able to live. Your mum always had to work, but we wanted to give you and her your time. We wanted her to have hobbies and enough time and money to do them. That's what made me happy. Now I just work so I can keep our health insurance, hold on to the house, try to at least. I mean, we do need a union. It's just easier to say it than get it done. Unions were always there in the lines in the factory, at least for a while. But here... Listen, I'm going to be around for dinner tonight. Oh wow, what's the occasion? Well, Mum said we can make breakfast. Sounds good. Yeah, how are we gonna... Just one big stuff session. I think May's stuff is going to bowl all the other stuff out of the water. I'm not talking to you, Hardball. God, bye. I've got dinner to eat. I would love to listen to someone's poems, though. Oh, God. Crazy, messy town. Thank God people just aren't being sacrificed anymore, we hope. Mendoz, where are you? Oh God, it's the janitor who knows everything. I'm the janitor. I clean up, do fixes, whatever needs done. Things like you remember them back home? Kinda. No. How did you know? Call the experience. Well, in my experience, the big things don't teach you anything. They make you something. Sometimes you gotta wait a while to see what will come of it. Okay, bye. Wait, how do you know my name? Boing. Is this lizard guy I've never seen before? Oh, sugar! A taco place! In the place that Pastabilities was. See, the town isn't decaying completely. I could really go for some tacos. Taco Park now, Irie. Gregory. Oh, look who's alive and well. Is that a surprise? Nah. This seems like relevant. Look who's alive and well to you too. Who they are. Band practice, let's go. I'm gonna have to finish this up with a song. Bunch of slackers. Yeah, I guess. Those guys can get out the mine. Guess we're gonna find out pretty quick. Did you notice anyone missing today? Don't know. I don't think a lot of those guys were people I knew. Never can tell. This kind of thing happen to you often? Oh, all the time. So like, I don't really get what even happened down there with you and the whatever that was. The cosmic horror. It's old. Something older than anything I can think of. You can feel it inside. And it's in a hole outside town. Yep. No. Like, the thing in the hole is... Geez, I lost it. A porch light that's on and there are all the bugs around and then the light goes off. It's gonna be weird when you're gone. Well, I mean, you've already been gone. And you've been gone at least once since you got back. At least. I died a little getting that battery the other day. See? You're a goner. Like, last night. Feels sometimes like there's so much horrible past and it's still here. You're like swimming in it. You can't have a future. Nah, bruh, that's it. Oh, I think that's dinner. Oh, gosh. Maybe I call this here then. Yeah. And let you guys, if you want to see the true ending, yeah, you guys go. Play this amazing game. Purchase it. Support the devs. Besides that, I should maybe give my final thoughts. I've really enjoyed playing this. I've loved this game. The fact that there is a game out there that is about the experience of being a millennial or a Gen Zer, returning to your hometown from college, with all of your friends moving on, you've gone separate ways, and wistfully trying to hang on to that nostalgia, whilst also feeling like you're a failure, and the only real gameplay tissue holding it all together is some jumping, some exploratory jumping around, and some mini games for spice. I think that's really cool. I think that's amazing that this game exists, and that it manages to be so relatable. You know what I mean? Relevant to such a deeply resonant experience in this generation. And that it can receive all of the awards that it did, all of the praise. It's really good to know for somebody who's going to do a games design and development degree that, yeah, you can turn pretty much any experience you have into an interactive experience somehow. The game's relatability is great. Yeah. That's definitely one thing that came up in all the reviews I've seen. Yeah. Makes me question everything. Maybe not everything. Nah, I mean, politically it's also a great game, pro-union, anti-capitalist. But I love how developed the town of Possum Springs is. It feels greater than the sum of its parts, with that library segment with all of the news clippings, the murals to the workers, of course the echoes of the cult, and the history of town massacres, that kind of historical trauma that has gone through Possum Springs for generations. I think that's really cool. And on a lighter note, this game's writing and characters are amazing. Fell in love with them pretty much instantly. And even the mini games, I'm glad that you didn't have to succeed at them to carry on and progress the game, because I got wrecked in that knife fight with Greg. But no, they were just funny little gameplay segments that developed relationships more. So yeah, I absolutely recommend going and playing this. And even if you think you've seen the ending, there's loads of content that I didn't choose, I didn't get to see. Spending time with B in the second chapter. I had to support my man Greg, what can I say? But yes, I hope to see you around for more Storytime Sundays. I won't be streaming this Wednesday as well, but I think I might decide to stream on Thursday instead. That might be a Smash Brothers stream. My first time checking out the Elgato capture card. I did a run, it works. I'm really excited to play Smash Brothers for you all. And I'm gonna be going online, just playing some games online, with like as competitive rules as I can make online. And I'm going to be asking for you, the chat, to tell me which characters to play. And considering that I main about maybe 2 characters and the rest I'm terrible with, this is going to be quite fun. So I hope to see you there. That'll be on Thursday, if it's this week. So yeah. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook. They're over there, I guess. There. You see my tags. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on how that's going. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Don't get kidnapped and fed to a giant cosmic horror. And take care.